I am drinking coffee from the fine folks at Pilcrow here in Milwaukee. This is their Storyteller House Blend that I really enjoy, that we've been drinking here for a little bit. But this is actually, I went to the cafe and got their sweet and creamy cold brew. It's a nitro cold brew that I really wanted to try, and it's really good. Once again, thank you to my patrons on Patreon who make this channel possible. I have no sponsors, so I'm not beholden to anyone. The Patreon fully supports this channel, so if you want to support this channel and be part of a really wonderful community on our Discord, the link is in the description. I bought 2 big boxes of expired film from an estate sale last week. A friend of mine went and picked up a bunch of stuff, and I think he got like an enlarger, some film, and some other stuff, and he informed me that the guy still had a ton of film left. So I bought a bunch of expired film, and there's a lot of really cool stuff in those boxes. I'm really happy with everything that I got, but one of the things I was most excited about was this Kodak Pro 1000, which I had never really seen before. I'm excited about this for 2 reasons. One, it's a color film that's 1000 ISO. Also, this is 220 film. It's twice 120. So instead of 12 exposures on a 6x6 camera, this gets 24 exposures. So this did expire in 1999, but was supposedly cold stored since it was purchased. But I wanted to do a little research to see if I could learn more about this film before I went and shot it. I didn't find a lot in my initial kind of looking around, but I did find a website by a guy named Hogarth Ferguson, and he had some Kodak Pro 1000 as well, and did some tests that were super interesting and useful and informative. And I kind of based what I was shooting this film at on his tests just to play it safe. He found that 800 ISO and above was pretty underexposed and really grainy, but about 400 and below was pretty usable. So I invited my friend Justin over, gave him a roll. I had a roll. I gave my friend Maddie a roll as well. Here are mine and Justin's rolls. We shot these today, both of them. We went out to a really lovely greenhouse plant nursery, and then we went down to the shore of Lake Michigan and shot some pictures. And I'm gonna, right now, I have the chemicals over there getting ready to go. I'm going to develop both these rolls, dry them, scan them, and hopefully these will have photos on them. Good photos. I opted to rate mine at 400. Justin rated his at 200. He shot his roll on the Yashica 124G, and I shot mine on a camera that I have not talked about yet, but I will soon. Let's go process this film. All right, I'm back. It's obviously much later. It's night out now. I got this spider plant. I have not named it yet, but I love him. Or her. Them. I love them. We thought it'd be nice to go take some photos in a greenhouse nursery because of all the green and color. It's still very gray here in Milwaukee, even though it is the 6th, 9th of April. Here are the 2 rolls of film. I pretty much developed them both as soon as I got back home. And this is my first time shooting 220 film. So it was actually kind of funny and interesting, you know, shooting medium format, being used to being done after 10 or 12 frames, but still having a whole, basically another roll number of frames to get through. So that was fun and weird, but we had a really good time. It got sunny at certain parts of the day, which was nice. We had a lot of nice light. So let's look at the photos. This film expired in 1999. My expectations were not super high, mostly because in my experience with expired film, it's rare that you get film that has been stored properly and hasn't had any effects of age when you finally decide to shoot it. This is mostly true with faster color films. Those films degrade much faster than slower films, and especially black and white film. When I loaded up this roll of Pro 1000, I didn't have high expectations. I was going to be happy with just getting some photos that maybe had some detail and that were probably color shifted to hell. But I thought it'd be fun to check it out since I do have 2 Pro packs. But I'm really excited and super happy to report that, as you can see, it looks pretty great. The grain is obviously exaggerated. There's some pretty decent edge fog on some parts of the film, and there was a little bit of color shifts depending on the light. Like I said before, I metered my film at 400 ISO. Justin metered his at 200, and I think that he has a much higher hit rate because I think he got more light, and that really helped this film really shine. So in the future, when I shoot this film, I'm definitely going to be shooting it at 200 ISO. I'm pretty happy with how this film came out, and it's usable. It's 1000 ISO film that has not degraded to a mess of color shifts and just crazy grain. It's usable at a 200 ISO, which honestly, that's great. And having it be 220 film, that's really cool too. Having this many shots on a 6x6 camera, that's pretty cool. That's really cool. They don't make 220 anymore, so having some usable 220 is actually really, really cool. I would call this an expired film win, and I'm really, really excited that I have some pretty old 220 film that's 1000 ISO that I can use in 2022. That's pretty cool. I'll be posting some of these images on the Instagram account for the photo department, so if you want to follow the photo department on Instagram, that'd be cool. Thank you guys for watching. Me and Klaus appreciate your support, and we appreciate you watching these videos. And yeah, you have anything to say? Klaus has nothing to say. Bye. Goodbye. Let's go.